You know what's wild? A lot of small business owners think hackers only go after giant companies with glass office buildings and Super Bowl commercial budgets. Meanwhile, a 12-person CPA firm almost got cleaned out because somebody clicked a fake 365 login email. That happened last week. The partner told me we're too small to be a target. That sentence right there is why cybercriminals are winning. Because small businesses are the target now. And the numbers for 2026 are ugly. 43% of cyber attacks target small businesses, not enterprise companies, small businesses. The accounting firm with 8 employees, the law office upstairs from a pizza shop, the manufacturer with 30 people on the floor, and one guy handling their IT stuff when he has time. And when small businesses get hit, 63% shut down within 6 months. That's not an inconvenience, that's extinction. I think a lot of owners still picture a hacker as some genius in a dark hoodie hammering away at code all night. Most attacks are embarrassingly simple. An employee clicks an email, a password gets reused, somebody opens an attachment called Invoice Final 2 PDF, done. 95% of successful attacks happen because of human error. Not sophisticated hacking, people being busy. And criminals know it. AI phishing emails are getting so good now that employees can't tell the difference anymore. Some attacks even clone voices. Imagine your controller gets a call that sounds exactly like you saying, "Hey, wire this payment before noon." That's happening right now. Deepfake voice scams targeting businesses jumped 3,000%. 3,000. The scary part isn't that the technology exists, it's that small businesses don't have the defenses for it. Only 23% of small businesses use multi-factor authentication across all systems. That's crazy to me because MFA is basically putting a deadbolt on your front door. Yet most businesses are still leaving the digital version of their office unlocked. And then there's outdated software. 73% of all small businesses are running outdated operating systems on at least one critical device. I was in a client office not long ago and found Windows machine old enough to remember Blockbuster Video. The employee said, "We keep it because the printer still works with it." Fantastic. The hackers appreciate that. Professional service firms are getting hammered, especially hard right now. CPA firms, law firms, consultants, because you're storing the exact thing criminals want. Financial data, tax records, client information, wire instructions, social security numbers. 92% of successful attacks on professional service firms start with an email. Not some dramatic Hollywood cyber attack. An email. That's it. And most businesses don't realize the damage keeps going on long after the attack. You're paying legal fees, forensic teams, downtime, client notifications, credit monitoring. Meanwhile, customers are quietly leaving because they no longer trust you anymore. 38% of customers permanently leave a business after a breach. That one hurts because reputation takes years to build and about 5 minutes to destroy. Now here's where owners usually say, "Okay, fine, what do I actually do?" Start simple. This week, turn on multi-factor authentication everywhere. Email, accounting software, banking, everything. Update your systems, every single one. Back up your data daily. And train your employees because your staff is either your biggest security layer or your biggest vulnerability. Then this month, get a real cybersecurity assessment done. Not the "my nephew looked at it" version, an actual assessment. Find out where the holes are before somebody else does. And if you don't have an incident response plan yet, you need one. Because during an attack is a terrible time to figure out who's calling the insurance company, who's talking to clients, and who's shutting systems down. The businesses that survive cyber attacks aren't lucky. They're prepared. That's the difference. Because cyber criminals are running this like a business now. AI tools, automation, mass targeting. They're not picking locks manually anymore. They're testing thousands of doors at once until somebody leaves one open. You don't need enterprise-level security to protect your business. but you do need to stop thinking you're too small to matter. That mindset is exactly what companies get into trouble. And honestly, businesses investing in cybersecurity right now are going to have a massive advantage over the next few years because clients are paying attention. They want to know their data's safe, especially in accounting, especially in legal, especially in healthcare, especially in finance. If you haven't looked at your cybersecurity setup in the last year, now is the time. Because the attack attempts are already happening, whether you see them or not. And the companies that take this seriously today are probably going to be around next year.